What's going on, you guys? So I keep seeing this bloody thing on my Twitter feed, and it's always on these promoted tweets here from Humankind. Now, if you're not familiar with Humankind, this is a new game that's taking a lot of its influences from Civilization. It's supposed to be a Civilization competitor. So it has some interesting things. I kind of talked about it on the channel before. They have a trailer that they mentioned that they just recently released. I wanted to take a look at it, see if they have any other new juicy details that they want to release. I'm hesitant about this game. I feel like it's almost like a clone of Civilization with a few differences here and there. But I'm going to reserve my opinion. Let's look at the trailer.
It all started way back. Back to basics. Ah, the good old days. Gathering, hunting. Well, back to gathering. We switched from a cold to a cool place to settle, and I found the perfect spot for my people. At first, it was just a few walls to keep the bears out and the pigs in. But you know how it is. One district led to another, and it kinda snowballed. Now, the problem was, the neighbors thought the grass was greener on my side of the fence. But we saw them coming from a mile away. All I had to do was give the order. Their first mistake? Bringing infantry to a cavalry fight. Next, losing the high ground. Final mistake, not keeping up in the arms race. But eventually, peace prevailed and we came to an understanding. They surrendered, and I let them live. It turns out, we had a lot to learn from them, and together, we became more than the sum of our parts, a unique mix of cultures and beliefs. So yeah, I would say I left my mark on humankind, and I'm just getting started. But that's just my story.
Tell me, what will yours be?
All right, so taking a look at that, you know, the visuals and graphics I like. They look good. The couple of things that I have a problem with, I feel like it's a rip off, like honestly, going through some of these things here. I mean, the couple of things that I noticed that are different. Terrain's different, right? I believe in Civilization, everything was kind of like, plains. You had some hills, and then you had mountains which you couldn't settle on. Here, it looks like you can kind of, take advantage of the mountains and probably put like a fort on there, which is kind of cool. See that on the top right of the screen. It's hex based. I did notice other things like the land changes, right? So right here, you can go here, you
We
can go
switched
here,
from a cold to
and then as you can see, like the land changes, right? So I'm assuming you can farm it, right? It starts developing and kind of, I guess, becomes your own city, right? So like here, and then you can build walls. So honestly, in terms of what I'm seeing from this, just by this trailer, is that it's Civilization with a better map, better graphics, better use of the terrain. But I still feel like you haven't shown me anything that separates you from Civilization. Now, I would love to see something like, all right, Civilization stops when there's diplomatic victory or conquest, whatever, right? But would have been awesome is if they took this game further. Like, hey, once let's say you're a freaking country, you have a continent, and there is no end game. The end game is you actually head off to another planet, and then you do the same thing there and develop an intergalactic kind of empire. So, kind of mix Civilization with Stellaris kind of thing. That would have been new. That would have been different. I just hope they don't just say, look, we updated the map, we did all these new graphics, and you can take advantage of the terrain, and oh, and you can create your own leader, and and that's humankind. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's kind of the same thing. I mean, Civilization could do that with a DLC. So what are you offering with a brand new game? So overall, I'm still looking at their Steam page here. Let's look at what kind of is going to try to separate this from, Civilization. So, a historical turn-based strategy game, we know. Rewrite the narrative of humankind, which again, Civilization does that too. Create your own civilization, combining. Oh, that was another thing. You can combine different cultures, which is going to be kind of cool. You can kind of like mix, from what I understand, German and French and kind of develop its own thing, which is nice. Again, you could do that with a DLC with Civilization. More than history is your story, renowned figures of humankind, scientific breakthroughs. Again, same shit that we see in Civilization. Tactical world. Show off your tactical skills by mastering train elevation. Again, that's the only real thing that you're changing. Subtle diplomacy, call upon your allies, epic battle until full scale 8-player world war. Yeah, honestly, looking at this, I mean, I don't see anything dramatically different. It doesn't feel different. I mean, this looks almost like Civilization, right? Like looking at this screenshot, it looks like Civilization with a couple of UI and graphical tweaks. So I'm hoping they unveil something else. They're like, hey, by the way, you could do this, and this also can happen. Because right now, I'm not impressed. So I want to get you guys' feedback. What do you guys think about this game? Do you like it? I mean, are you hopeful? What? All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. I will catch you in the next one. See you then.